KMIR is the home to the Stanley Cup playoffs, and even though hockey season ended after the Kings were knocked out in the first round, I'm told that there's other teams still playing hockey.
This is very true. Even though you don't really acknowledge them,
I have no knowledge of it.
You know, when it comes to hockey, there's one local military family here who they love the game, and they really excel as well. Our Julie Buehler live tonight at Desert Ice Castle with more on this special military family from here in the Valley. Julie.
That's right. LA Kings fans and hockey fans in general know that the Stanley Cup is considered the toughest trophy to win in all of sports. It requires immense endurance, toughness, and sacrifice, much like the skills required to grow up in a military family. And for Jacob and Joey Welch, their father's decades in the Marine Corps, it required some sacrifice for sure, but luckily, they always had their hockey. As a lieutenant colonel in the Marine Corps, Sidney Welch and his family move a lot. But his son's love for the sport of hockey remains constant.
If you ask them where they're from, they can't tell you, but they can tell you they play hockey.
The sport's my life. It's what I focus on every day. I think about it every day.
Hockey is the biggest aspect of my life. I started playing when I was 9 years old, and I just fell in love with it.
3 years ago, when they moved from the Midwest to La Quinta, they didn't think the sport existed in the desert at the high school level. And up to that point, they were correct. But the very year the Welches made the move, the Desert Rams high school team was formed.
It was amazing that as soon as I moved out here, they formed the team. So that was a blessing that I got to continue to play hockey.
And Joey ultimately became the team captain his first year on the Rams.
Mrs. Welch says the team helped her as the lieutenant colonel was deployed to the Middle East.
I've met a lot of great hockey families. We've had to depend heavily on some of those families, especially first moving here. He was deployed, and we had a wonderful family that took us under their wing.
Joey and Jacob fell in love with the game after seeing the St. Louis Blues in action. A few years ago, the Blues practiced at Desert Ice Castle, and the boys got to meet their heroes. This year, they have a chance to see them hoist the most coveted trophy in sports.
They're the oldest team in the league. They've never won a cup, and I think the cup would be great for the organization, great for hockey in that area, and it'd just be phenomenal to see your favorite team win the Stanley Cup.
And as a Kings fan, I can tell Joey Welch that it is phenomenal to watch your team win the Stanley Cup. Now on the ice right now, none other than the Desert Rams Hockey Club, including the Welch boys. Now up next for them, they're heading to the East Coast where they'll play in a developmental league that preps hockey players for the big time. And those St. Louis Blues are currently in Game 5 with a 2-1 lead over the San Jose Sharks. The Rams have tryouts June 1st if you'd like to get involved in hockey. Gino, I think they're looking for a goalie you may want to try out. Live in Cathedral City, I'm Julie Buehler, KMIR News.
And you've got that helmet.
I do have the helmet, and I have the skating ability to be a goalie, too.
It's all about the reflexes when it comes to being a goalie, right?
Never mind then.
All right, start ahead. We'll take a look at the Indio Police Department trial in which 2 former officers were found not guilty today.
KMIR News legal analyst John Patrick Dolan on the docket next.
You're watching KMIR News for Palm Desert, North Shore, and all of the Coachella Valley. KMIR News, where the news comes first.
Don't spend the summer in your old junker. Let's trade keys at Palm Springs